Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Bonner, and I've been a bookkeeper for a long time, been in the accounting field for pretty much my entire career. Um, and so I want to talk about something that I think for small business owners, or if you're thinking about becoming a small business owner, um, is it's a myth that exists out there, and I want to address it. So, for instance, many years ago when I first started teaching at university level, I would walk into an accounting class and I would typically be faced with a whole lot of people who were going into a career path that had nothing to do with accounting. They were not, their goal was not to become an accountant. That was not their career path. So you had marketing majors, general business majors, management majors, you name it. And I would always ask them the same question when I started a class, whether it was at the undergraduate level or the graduate level. I would ask, what are you most afraid of in this class? And to a person, everyone would say math. So it's like, where is that coming from? This is not a math problem that people have. It's the wrong thing to be afraid of, and it's a misdirected um, thinking pattern that I see in a lot of people. And so therefore, I think there either is sort of a common misconception of this floating around out there. Um, Wherever it's coming from, it's the wrong thing to be afraid of. Um, and it's misdirected is the best that I can say about it. Um, so what I would tell them is if you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you have plenty of math. Okay. That is all the math you will ever need to read financial statements. Um, and so, for instance, there's no algebra in your books. There's no calculus in your books. Uh, I will tell you though that the logic of the world of accounting is different, you know, uh, but it has a very set logic to it. Um, that over time, if you work with somebody like myself as a bookkeeper, someone who's good at helping explain this stuff to you, um, then you will find out over time that that logic you'll start to understand. Um, and so what it really boils down to is reading your financial statements or understanding your financial statements. Nothing in your P&L is harder than splitting a dinner check as far as math is concerned. But when you look at it, what do your financials tell you about your business performance? That's the bigger question that you want to learn from a bookkeeper that can help train you in this. So, what trips people up really is conceptual. For example, accounts receivable. What does it mean? Accounts payable. What does it mean? Uh, so if you've got an asset or a liability, can you explain what those are? Can you explain what cost of goods sold is versus operating expense? There are nuances to that and an understanding of that once you get it, you're in a much better position than a lot of business owners are. Okay. And so essentially what I'm telling you is that there are a lot of great bookkeepers out there, me included, that are happy to help business owners understand these account names, how they're used, what goes in them, etc., so that you can understand your business better and how these numbers are relating to each other, because that's really the challenge for any small business owner or for anyone who wants to have their own small business. So the number is the easy part. It's the name that often can be confusing to people, or even just the financial statements themselves. It's like, what does this tell me, right? For example, a lot of business owners and budding entrepreneurs do not realize that you can, there is a formula to the P&L, there's a formula to the balance sheet, but you can name accounts that mean something to you within that structure. And I think a lot of business owners don't realize that, that you can create financial statements that make sense to you. And that's where a good bookkeeper can help you. So this, if you believe that it's math, that's not your fault. For some reason, that myth continues to permeate out there. Uh, every accounting class I've ever taught was built by curriculum developers who were training accountants, not business people. And so they're definitely not built for a business owner to read financial statements and make decisions based on those financial statements. And so, an accounting class in college, it could be helpful to some extent from an analysis standpoint, from a ratio standpoint, understanding maybe what depreciation is, especially if you're going to own a lot of assets as a business owner. But it's built for accountants, So you want to have help that will sort of slice through that. So I have written a book that's on Amazon. It's called Own Your Numbers by Julie Bonner. And if I'm bad at math has been running your financial life and preventing you from starting a business, or if you are a business owner that's struggling to understand what some of these things are or how to have a relationship with a bookkeeper, pick up a copy. It's down below in the description. And always, if you need help from a bookkeeper, my Calendly link is below as well. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon.